Yeah, this your boy Jashaad.
Boy Tony Tone.
And it's the Likeable Assholes Podcast, man. And we always with the shits, man. We got two guests with us. Introduce yourself.
Lanesha back for the second time.
We got Lanesha back on here.
First
we got
viewer.
Tosh.
First time. Breaking me in.
Yeah, it's her first time. Lanesha done been here before. She done experienced the bullshit of it too. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Not bullshit, just harsh truths, that's all.
And
yeah, that'll be an episode that's unreleased.
And I must say that the very beautiful inside and out.
Thanks.
Alright, we're
Look at Tony Tone. Keep sweating, dude.
Tony what they call it.
Alright, so we gonna get into it, man. Stephon ain't with us on this episode, man, but we gonna hold it down still. You know what I'm saying? Because the show must go on. We gonna keep it going. He'll be with us next episode. So we want to get into it because I don't watch this shit about a good 5 or 6 times in one day. And I enjoyed every single minute that I did watch it.
I need to follow what's up twerking her.
I'm saying that Cardi B and City Girls video, man, or should I say City Girls and Cardi B, because Cardi B featured on it. But I enjoyed that video. It reminded me. It gave me the tip drill feel.
I said that. The only reason why I said it deserves to go in that vault, because I put it up there with a couple other videos. I said it goes in there in a special little vault when you be like, hey, I want to learn how to shake my ass. This is what I'm competing with. Exactly. The tip drill video, the Chingy right there uncensored video, because a lot of people don't know there were 2.
It was uncensored,
and
but
also,
no,
but I'm just saying, for when it came out, that was a lot. Yeah. And then also, another video,
Ludacris,
pussy popping, and then also something that a lot of people forget about is USDA throw this money.
Hey, I remember the uncensored version.
USDA throw this money too, because in that song, that was what really broke a lot of people in and humbled a lot of people, because it was like, oh, I can shake my ass, but I can't do that.
Exactly.
Oh, now I gotta go back and look at that video now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back. You gonna have to look at the video. USDA throw this money. Yes.
And was there ever a video for Pastor Troy?
Pussy popping.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying. It had that vibe though. It had that vibe.
That's a song.
That's a classic. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they had a video for it. At least they did. I don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw a video for that.
That definitely USDA. That is the instant stripper song. I get my instant stripper on like.
Yeah, because it's like everything else. It's like, okay, yeah, you get a little chicka, you get a little rotation clap, but when they started doing that one cheek, left cheek, nothing moving but your ass. That's why USDA got it. That's why they throw that money.
This Cardi B and City Girls video, I was excited for it, and I think I was like, I didn't know what to expect from it. Kind of like, is this shit gonna be foo-foo, or is it gonna be like?
I was a little disturbed.
The reason why I thought it was gonna be kind of live though, because City Girls remind you of like they babies of Trina. You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminds you of. And then once I seen Cardi B's Money video, I was like, she don't mind taking it there.
And she does it on stage.
So I was like, this might be live. You know what I'm saying? And like, granted, back then when Uncut was coming on or whatever, that's kind of like when this shit still wasn't on TV.
Was it 2 a.m., 3 a.m.?
See, y'all will never know.
Right.
Newbies.
Yeah, so it was like back then, it was still taboo to see those type of videos. You know what I'm saying?
Still tipping.
Yeah, still tipping. Yeah, she was thick as fucking from the Cadillac.
But you had to watch the whole video.
That's it, you had to watch the whole video.
Right. We talk about the videos.
This is the thing. When we watch it now, everything's on the internet now.
Yeah. Right.
So it doesn't, it's not like, we watch it because it's like, you know, this is regular to us. Back then, it was kind of like,
oh shit,
it was kind of more exclusive because we wasn't supposed to be seeing it.
But then not only then, back then we didn't have as much access to seeing stuff, because it's like, yeah, we had internet, but there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't Vivo and all this other stuff. And then on top of that too, people were so bound by having to go through a record deal that they couldn't do stuff that they wanted to do.
Right.
If you wanted to do something like that, you had to put your own money up.
All right, so I was looking at the video, and it's like, at the point I'm hypnotized, because this is why I put up there the tip drill. That's why I compared it to tip drill, because tip drill is one of those videos with every scene you seen ass. Like every second is ass, ass, ass. The only thing compared to tip drill is I didn't have to like blind my eyes out of seeing niggas in the video. I'm like, this all women. You ain't see one nigga in the video. Not one. The only thing I wish that they could have did was have somebody slide a credit card up one of the girls' asses. Then it would have been complete.
Wait, hold on. Cardi B video?
Just somebody would slip the card up that. Because that's what made
come with your own legendary move.
You do.
Exactly.
But
You can't
I see that. I always see that as paying homage.
Because listen. First they see it, first they hate it, and then they copy.
Exactly.
You know, this is
It's gonna be.
But honestly, the fact that
tip drills like.
But you gotta look at it like this.
But
But they had their own trademark in it, and a lot of people didn't even notice it.
Right.
They were in body paint, and even though Cardi had on a bra, Young Miami did not.
And she got some nice titties too.
I'm saying.
So it's like it's like yeah, you might see that in the club. I know
Listen,
you see that in the club.
I love her though.
In case you can't hear,
She got a
it's
banging
2 on
body.
2. All right, it's 2 fellas, 2 women, y'all.
Oh my God.
I'm telling
But I'm saying I'm
she got
not
a bang
disagreeing
body.
with the ass shaking because I mean
I love it.
I do it a lot wherever I go. I'm into it. That's
Follow you.
follow me nowhere. It's pretty big say follow me hoes. Don't follow me. Don't follow me hoes. No, that I mean I do it all the time. I mean it's different songs that brings a different personality out of you. Like I said, USDA Throw This Money. That's my instant stripper song. That's my go-to song. Like I see myself in the strip club, like, bitch, I'm getting in, yes, throw this money on his ass.
I think the reason why that video is getting a lot of flack because a lot of people see it and they're just thinking, oh, that's all you want to do. That means you this, that means you that, but it's not even like that. Wait a minute, give me a minute. I'm wrapping it up. But it's like the whole thing is. Everybody has something that makes them feel good. And I don't mean it in a sense of, oh, I have to be naked to feel good because I hate myself and I have no morals. It's just, it's certain things that you do and it's like, oh, look at me, I didn't think I could do that.
Right.
And you, behind closed doors, you feel good about yourself. Some people, they feel good enough about themselves to be like, you know what, I don't care what you got to say. I'm going to do it just when I do it. But there are a lot of people who really don't even want to go outside in something form-fitting. But if they hear that song, let me see what I can do real quick. And you know, that might put them in a better mood. And everybody has something that does that. And a lot of men are saying, oh, they're just trashy, they're just this, they're just that. But the thing is, even men, I'm not a man, so I can't say what that thing is that men do that makes them be like, oh, shit. But I've had somebody tell me, don't know how true this is, that when they are fucking somebody, they thought they could never fuck. And they're more into it than they were expecting. Oh, I'm laying the dick down.
Right.
All we need is a mirror. All we need is a mirror to see ourselves.
See, even that.
The mirror's like, oh,
there you go.
No, you know, it's an ego booster.
What's that?
That headboard. Now, boy, that's what you really think you're doing something when you hear that headboard. God damn it.
See, and there it goes. It's like everybody has something that just makes them feel like, you know what? I'm the shit. It's not my fault that that thing that's the ego booster happens to be something that is related to being sexual.
I dig it.
But everybody has something that they can do that makes them just be like, you know what? All right.
I got this.
I got this.
Listen, I'm gonna drop the tip for the young fellas out there. Keep your socks on. It's good for the blood circulation.
Yeah, man.
Unless you on a non-carpeted floor.
There you go. It's little tricks of the trade.
Hey, what's crazy about it? You told me I was trying to find some socks earlier today. Because, you know, I got a lot of socks, but I noticed in most of my socks, I got holes in the heel part of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, most of my, I'll show you.
That's it.
I'm not making this up. I got holes in the heel part of my socks.
Now that's that grip to my house.
Come to my house in my room and put on some socks on my seat and towel.
That's why I said only if it's not a non-carpeted floor.
Yeah. Hey, I'm talking about.
So when I'm looking at this video, man, I like I said, I like you not, no over exaggeration. I watched it 5-6 times in a day, and I was like,
sure.
I was in church. Yeah, I was on the way home.
That's a lot of napkins.
Right.
Nah, bro, couldn't jack up no music video, bro. They gotta be.
That's all middle school right there.
Nah, they gotta be tastyblacks.com, Pornhub, Xvideos. That's just to name a few.
I'm gonna have to check them out to see if I'm lacking.
I'll write it down for you.
But see, I watch none of that stuff. I never actually watch porn at all. Period.
I do. The same reason why I look at magazines. The same reason why I look at music. I need to see what I'm up against.
God damn it.
That's just me.
Talk that talk, Misha.
Where do I
talk that talk, Misha?
Listen. I just know one night I just had on this zebra print with some thigh-high boots, and the first thing I know is just
Print that image.
Bring the boots with you.
Wow.
And he knows I can dance.
Wow.
No.
You
know what's funny?
Thigh-high boots.
We gonna take away from this Cardi being City Girls. I want to come back to it. Okay? But let's take away from it. It's funny because like on imagery and stuff like that. And like you see movies, you see videos where they're like, yeah, wear that stuff that you like. Remember you hear the couples on TV say that shit, but in real life, women wear all that lingerie just to take it off in 2 seconds. We don't care about none of that shit.
That's it.
Take that shit off.
They said ride dick with t-shirts on.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's with a big t-shirt on that you done gave her to spend.
That's it. That's
But you gotta dress it up just
Yeah.
smidgen. Not in the front. So it's like,
But you want to know, you want to know what I
The
do.
old
Like,
school do it like this.
It's motivation. Ladies, it's all motivation. You gotta motivate them.
you know what I like a little bit? I don't care about the lingerie and all that shit. Just make sure you have matching drawers and
Panties. Or like the bra.
so that actually
Bra
is something that y'all
I love that.
Okay.
I love seeing that. I like the matching because you come in here with pink drawers and a orange bra.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Get your life together.
No, like not even being funny. Like really hearing this because you know they have memes. Y'all do that for other hoes. We don't care. And it's like I don't know.
Right.
I never took the time out to ask. So please enlighten us.
Yeah, tell us. And anytime, like that's the thing. Like Valentine's Day is coming up, so it's just like, do y'all really want? Like I wanted to know like what does men think about that day, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, this is just a day, and if you buy a man something that's like he's so fruity for that. What would you say? Because
I want to be bought something. You know why? Because girls for years been thinking that pussy is supposed to be the gift. We get the same pussy any other day. Give me something. Give me a gift.
Right.
I done been out bought these flowers, candy, teddy bears, took you out on a date or whatever. My pocket is hurting. And you talking about you gonna give me some pussy?
Hey,
The
listen.
same presented pussy you been giving me for the last X amount of time dealing with
Talk
you?
about it.
No.
So, wait.
Give me a video game. Give me something that can last after this day.
No, like legit. Me
Give
being
me
the
some Super Bowl
female.
tickets.
Yeah,
I don't even
something.
believe in Valentine's Day.
Wow, me, goddammit.
Like this
Broke
whole,
my pockets.
go out, do this, do that. Like granted, this past year for Christmas was probably the first year I actually made sure I bought something for everybody that I knew, and I will never do that shit again because it's unnecessary. It's like Valentine's Day is not what it used to be. It's a worldwide game of show and tell. That's all it is.
Well, social media made it that way.
Well, no, not even social media. Before social media, it was like that. It's a worldwide game of show and
Who
tell.
don't like being able to show off? Oh, baby got this, blah blah blah.
But it's not
Everybody
good. I feel that people
And with
go
her.
harder with what they buy because they know it's going to be showing up and they want to outdo the next person. But my thing is, you don't have to spend money on me to show me that you love me. If there is something that you know that I enjoy to do, take me to do that instead.
Exactly. So see, that's what
There is no reason why you have to show me, oh, well, this is going to be a real good picture. We don't have to post anything for Valentine's
and
Day.
that's what I was saying.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have to-
I'm gonna take your game and I'm gonna use that on the chicken. She tell me, and I'm gonna tell her.
And I'm going to warn you right now, not a lot of females have been through all the stuff that I've been through, so not a lot of females have the bottom line, simple logic that I have.
And that's the crazy part too.
I'll break it down to you like this. I don't have any social media, no Instagram, no Snapchat, no
Word.
Facebook.
He don't do social media.
None
Huh?
of that.
Nothing.
That's how I get away with a lot of stuff.
Tony Tone.
No, but listen.
He has no social media.
No, at all.
See that's not.
I have them. They're a
That's what
good
I'm
marketing tool.
And that's what I'm.
It is, but I'm not marketing anything.
Yeah,
Listen,
agreed.
to each his own. If you got something you're trying to sell or whatever, if you have a platform such as this, have it. But knowing me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an everyday dude. I ain't selling nothing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you got my number or whatever, you know how to reach me or email.
Okay.
Tony the Phantom.
That's how I keep it. But at the same time, it's kind of like you got to be careful about what you post.
Exactly.
True.
You got to be very careful because, you know,
What's on the internet stays on the internet.
there you go. Even if you delete
Even
it,
if you
it's
delete it,
still
It's
floating
the
out
same.
there.
And then the miserable people, they feed off of negativity and lies. Like they always say, lies are more entertaining than the truth. So
There
when
you go.
people see, okay, even if that dude didn't get you that big Valentine Day gift, you go to the store and you buy all this stuff and you sit it out around the corner and you're like, oh, my baby's so sweet. And in reality, you the one that bought that shit with your food stamp.
And,
Like, come on.
and think about it.
Like,
and then when you do that, right, there'll be a chick that's looking at it, comparing her
And
shit to
feeling
that.
bad.
And it make them
feeling
feel
really
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, that perception of what social media, it's like, it's a highlight show.
That's all it is.
It's highlights.
That's all it is, man.
Think about when you watch ESPN, they do the ESPN top 10. You see the greatest plays, but you don't see if that team won or lost.
Listen,
Exactly.
It's highlights.
you don't see the ESPN not top 10 stuff.
Yeah,
Right,
It's
right,
always
right.
top 10.
you don't see anything else that's going on.
That's it.
Like you don't see they struggles. You don't see because nobody ain't gonna post when they struggle.
Yeah, you don't
You know
know
what I'm saying?
what we do, but I know my birthday is 2 days before Valentine's Day, so I always get shitted anyway.
I mean,
Okay.
I haven't
Humble
really had,
brag. Go ahead.
all right. I haven't experienced Valentine's Day in a long time.
Me
Valentine's
neither.
Day has been a regular day to me. The last time I really had a Valentine's Day, I was dating this girl when I first moved back here, right? And we went on a date, had a nice time, or whatever.
Right.
But I damn near didn't want to do it because prior to that, she was like, you know, I was working a night shift, and she told me, well, I know you get off late. I got off enough time we could still do something.
Right.
But she was like, well, since you get off at night, I was gonna go on another day for Valentine's Day, and I was like, we could do something tomorrow. I was like, you think I'm gonna let you go with another nigga, and then I'm gonna go out with you the next day?
Right.
Fuck out of here.
That's crazy. So
We ended up going out together.
It's sad though that
But
it's
I
that
think
much weight.
yeah.
Exactly.
And
That much weight,
that was my next
not even for
question.
yourself, to impress other people.
Exactly.
Right.
Because at the end, when it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying, if you're in a serious relationship, y'all staying together, or if y'all even have kids, it's like, okay, the lights on. You know what I'm saying? Do we got food on the table?
Right.
Like, that's the stuff that really matters throughout the year. You basing everything off this one day.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm taking care of you throughout the year. That's,
I mean, we want the night to be special though.
Absolutely. But at the same
But
time,
it's not like I'm not like we're broke for it.
It should be a deal
shouldn't
breaker.
be a deal. And it
Yeah.
shouldn't be, oh, if he don't buy me anything and we be talking right now, we're serious, he don't buy me anything, I'm just gonna cut his ass off. That's how it's been portrayed in your image so bad, it's been stained in your mind so bad to where you're just like, oh, I talked to him and I've been talking to him since December, and if he don't give me something for Christmas or Valentine's Day, girl, I'm gonna cut his ass off. That's sad, because that shouldn't be something that should like kill your whole relationship.
And
Hey,
then
fellas,
something else
I'm
too,
talking
like what
to you.
she's saying.
Y'all hear what she's saying?
Agreed with what she's saying. Something
Right.
else too that a lot of people don't understand is it's like, yeah, you may be fucking with a nigga who can buy you anything you want for Valentine's Day. He may get at to you, oh yeah, we having the best Valentine's Day. Leave your house and go fuck another
There
bitch
you go.
anyway.
My point is
So,
my
what do
point is
you want more? Somebody who can buy you everything that you want, or get you this and get you that makes it look nice for you to tell other people about and fucking with somebody else? Or do you want to be with somebody who may not be able to get you something on Valentine's Day because it does bounce around?
Right.
Look, I ain't got paid yet. I can't do anything for you right now, but I got a surprise for you this weekend. And yeah, it's not something that you can show everybody, but it's something that you've been trying to do for yourself for a while, that you done swept under the rug because you think you can't do it for some
Exactly.
reason, but they done did it for you.
Feel me.
Alright.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
All right now.
What else we got?
Oh, I got a bunch.
Go
We
ahead.
can get into it today, goddamn it.
Do you think? He's gonna
So,
He's a
so
trooper.
it's cool because we have the ladies here discussing. We discussed this on the last episode, but you know it's cool because you know we get multiple opinions from ladies on this. So there was a situation where I said I was discussing this on Facebook, and this chick was like, so when I get to know a guy, I ask him is he currently sleeping on somebody, and if he says he is, then that means that that I don't want to fuck with him no more. You know, that means that, oh, okay, that means like he's not going to be just dedicated to me. And I'm like, you jumping the gun a little bit because y'all just talking, y'all not in a relationship, so why is he obligated to even disclose that information to you unless y'all plan on being intimate? What do you think about that, Nisha?
I mean,
Did I explain it to you good enough?
I have so much to say, I gotta figure out what I want to say first.
Uh-oh.
So, first off,
I put it in a
people
scenario
have
for
to,
you.
I understand that, but
Okay.
people have to realize there is a difference between you being fully committed to somebody and you getting to know somebody. If you are somebody who likes to jump into a relationship before you know somebody, you a fucking idiot. Point blank, period. It is
Facts.
what it is.
But I'm saying like,
So,
say-
as
okay.
far as what you're saying is about, oh yeah, I'm talking to somebody else, this, that, and the third, it's delicate. Because depending on how you say it, it can sound condescending. If you just come out, oh yeah, I like you or whatever, but I am fucking somebody else, it sounds like, look, you gonna do what I want you to do, or I'm gonna do what I need to do with this other person. But if you come to somebody and you let them know, hey, look, I really am feeling you. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I'm open for whatever happens in this endeavor we're on right now. If we do become intimate, I do want to let you know that I am still intimate with somebody else right now. That kind of turns the tables because it lets you know, okay, if we do take this step, just know you're not the only person at this point in time. But I am still interested in you, versus it being condescending like it was the first time. But also in a sense, it's like, if I choose not to tell you that right now because I don't see potential in you, I actually don't have to, because
Facts.
we are getting to know each other.
And that's what I'm saying. If we getting to know each other, it's none of your business if I'm fucking somebody right now. So why would you even feel comfortable to ask me that question? Because I'm not asking you that question. That's for example. All right, so you talking to a guy, right, Nisha? And
Wait.
what?
Let's move all the way real. Say she talking to me.
Okay.
Okay. Let's put it all the way real. She's talking to me, but you trying to get to know her. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay. So if she talking, what do you mean? If she fucking
no, I get what he's saying. In the bottom line, what he's saying is, in a sense, you're not all the way wrong for asking that question because
it's none of my business. Though, unless we plan on being intimate.
Let me put it in this perspective for you, though. It's not always about knowing the other person's business. It's about knowing what situation you're putting yourself in. Because even though I may be trying to talk to him and getting to know him, and I'm still fucking with a third person, that third person may not know how to act or may not give a fuck about how they act if they see me with somebody else. So I want to know what I'm getting myself into before it reaches that point.
But that's a situation for you to control because you're fucking that man.
But the bottom line is, if he comes to me and says, hey, are you sleeping with anybody else right now? Oh, yeah, I am sleeping with such and such. So if he decides he wants to take me out on a date somewhere and we're getting to know each other, but this person who I'm fucking decides, oh, I don't like that shit. Fuck whatever nigga you think is going to take my spot or whatever, because there are a lot of better niggas and females in this world who will do that shit, who know they don't want to be with you.
But that's not up for us to check. That's up for y'all to check.
But the thing is, if I want to know what I'm getting myself into before I'm put in that situation to protect myself, because depending on how this person acts, they can get me put in jail. They can cause me to lose my job. They can cause a whole whirlwind of stuff to happen to undo stuff that I have worked hard for. And if I want to know about it, I deserve to know about it. Well, but at the same time, if I ask you that, I cannot retaliate or react negatively to you giving me an answer that I asked for.
All right, I dig that. But I'm just saying, maybe call me crazy, but if I'm just talking to a woman, I'm not asking her if she's currently sleeping with somebody. I'm not. Not until I get a notion that we may be intimate or we're, that's something that we plan on doing.
Next question
then that's when that conversation is appropriate.
How often have you dealt with people who are cool as long as it's just you and them, but if somebody else comes into the picture, they try to sabotage anybody else that you meet, whether that be somebody in an intimate relationship or just a standard friendship taking my attention away from you relationship?
Well, I don't think too many logical, mature women are cool with being number two.
Men either.
Yeah, facts. So when you put it like that, then yeah, it's gonna be some type of conflict.
Okay, so that goes back to, if nobody is comfortable with being number two, let's say out of the 100 people in the world, only 80% of them are happy being number two, or not happy being number two. Only 20% of those are happy and be like, you know what? I know I don't want to be with you. So if you want to be with somebody else, actually scratch that. We're going to say 15% because that's probably closer to it. So that 15% is like, you know what? I want you to be happy. I know I don't want to be with you. I'll find somebody who I want to be with. But the other 85% are, oh hell no, fuck that. He got me fucked up. She got me fucked up. I'm going to do this. Fuck this nigga. Fuck that hoe. Whatever. You trying to get to know somebody and you are genuinely blindsided by somebody who don't know how to fucking act in public. I feel like that's something a person needs to know.
And you'll be surprised at how many women are cool with being number two and how many men are cool with being number two. Some motherfuckers just don't care. And
there are a lot of them that do.
Yeah.
So
and I'm one of them. I don't want to be number two to nobody. I'm a preventative
person because I don't like surprises. I don't like being caught off guard because it's like, you can keep your composure to a certain extent, but if somebody catch you on the wrong day, you don't know what's going to happen. So I feel like that is something that people have a right to ask, but you just have to show much sincerity and concern when you ask it.
Yeah, I definitely dig that. Moving on from that though, you got anything to say on that, Tony?
No, hey, listen, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I don't mind being the number two dude. I don't like drama, but then again, you got some people out there, they just got to have the number one spot.
I don't need, I can't be number two because number one may have something to get that girl something and then number two catch it too. That's why I'm not cool with being number two.
That's reasonable.
I don't play those type of games.
And that's another reason why you have to be open to somebody asking you that at any point in time, because
I don't mind being asked.
No, I'm just saying, if you're somebody who just goes with the flow and doesn't have this many day rule, or we have to know each other for this long, or we have to meet this parent, or we have to meet that person. If you don't have some unrealistic standard like that and you let stuff unfold how it is, you want to know who all the person is involved with when the shit happens, and you don't know when it's going to happen. So when you feel like, you know what, I feel like we're reaching a territory where we're getting close, something could happen, it's a possibility, that's when I'm going to ask, not after the fact.
Yeah, I think that.
So with you, it's about time.
Yeah, if you feel you are getting into a position where something may happen, I feel it's better to be proactive about it than to ask after the fact, get a bad response, and now you're mad because you did something under a false pretense. Ask ahead of time.
So proactive versus reactive.
Pretty much.
There you go.
Alright, I dig that. We can move on to the next one. Tasha just got up out of here too, so we holding it down. She'll be back for a prior episode. For a next episode. We moving on to the next one, man. Y'all asked this off air. You and Tasha both asked this off air about when are we ready for relationships.
Yeah.
And that was a question posed to us guys. And I'm not afraid to answer that question. I'm gonna ask you the question, after I ask mine as well. But the thing is about relationships, I'm not scared of them. I don't have commitment issues. I haven't been in enough relationships as an adult to have those type of problems. I was in probably two relationships my whole life as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I went to college with somebody, it didn't work out. The second person I dated, it was brief. I don't have any scornness or anything that make me feel like I don't want to be with nobody. For me though, with me being single since 21, it just is all about having the complete package. Nobody's gonna be perfect, but I feel it gotta make sense. We gotta be working towards something. I don't look at relationships as an accessory, like, oh, I like you, you like me, we're together. Nah, it gotta make way more sense than that. And that's where I stand with that. And some girls, you can just be fucking. Girls think just because you give a nigga some pussy and y'all enjoying each other's time, that's good enough for y'all to be in a relationship. That's not how it works. I look at so much more other than that. And they think just because you don't want to be in a relationship, they chalk it up to, oh, he don't want commitment. He's scared that blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want a relationship with you. It's you. Because I look at the bigger picture. Me and you are not going to work out. Just because we cool at kicking it, we have good conversation, have good sex, it doesn't mean we're good with being together. And that's how I chalk it up as being. If you don't have everything I'm looking for in a relationship, I don't see us being together. I'm not saying we can't be cool friends. We can continue what we're doing. I'm honest with it, so I don't lead nobody on. But it takes a little bit more for me to be with somebody. What you say, Tony?
I mean, I'm with you, bro. Like, it's the whole thing of it is like, it can't just be a look. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like in today's society, it's all about a look.
Like the imagery of it.
There you go. Exactly. It has to make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I could really care less if it, you know what I'm saying, well, damn, she look bad and she is bad and all that shit. I could care less about that. It has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? So when it boils down to me, in my opinion, it has to make sense. And not only does it have to make sense, it has to make sense to the other person, not just me. You see what I'm saying? Because you can do a lot of stuff that makes sense, but say the other person is like, okay, well, it looks a little funny to me. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you going back and forth with that aspect of it. So if I can say, it has to make sense on both ends. So, it has to make sense across the board, if I can say. Because at the end of the day, people can tell, real from fake.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious. It's very, very obvious. And people are not only going to see it, but they will say it. So that's where I stand.
And I'm going to ask you this question on the flip. Lanesha, what it takes for you to be in a relationship?
Honestly, I probably read into a relationship more old-fashioned than what a lot of people do, because a lot of stuff has been like altered based off of what people expect when they hear the word. And for me, it's like when you're in a relationship, you're not just together because, oh, we're cute together. Oh, we can tell everybody else we're together. For me, when you're in a relationship, you're seeing if your lives are compatible. Because when you start talking to somebody, when you meet somebody, your life doesn't end. You're trying to see if your views for the future, if your values are compatible, to see if this is somebody, you know what? Let me see if you actually serve a permanent purpose in my life. Even if we get in a relationship and it does not work out, you may be somebody that is emotional support, moral support for stuff that I have going on in the future. So it's like, to me, and I've said this before too, there are 3 things that have to be fulfilled for me before I get into a relationship. I have to be happy with you physically, because if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to be able to express myself to you the way I would want to. Not because I'm a shallow person, but because that's a fact of nature. If I'm not attracted to you, there's nothing that I can do about it. I cannot force myself to be attracted to you. if you cannot occupy me mentally, I cannot just be with you, because if it's not there, I'm going to find it from somewhere else. So even though we may be talking, getting to know each other, if you cannot occupy me mentally and hold a genuine conversation that intrigues me, I'm going to find somebody else who will. But I will never date you exclusively. And I have to be happy with you sexually.
Wow. And the thing, a lot of people have to look at it, is people got to accept, it's just people we just have fun with. We just have our fun.
Exactly.
We enjoy the time, we enjoy the sex, but
exactly.
It's nothing more than just being that. Some people have a problem with it just being that, and I don't understand it. I guess it's hard for them to swallow that pill because they may want more from you and it's not the same.
I think it's more so because people are too selfish to admit that the reason why they're looking for something outside of the relationship is because they are not fulfilled somewhere and they didn't admit it early on.
Facts. I can agree with that too. I can't argue with that.
Either they didn't admit it early on and they thought it was going to be okay, but it just ended up snowballing into something that you can't ignore, or you got into the relationship too soon.
Well, some people get in relationships for all the wrong reasons. That's what the problem is.
Like, well, that goes back to you knew it was a problem in the beginning. You tried to sweep it under the rug, but it didn't stay there. It snowballed into something.
Some women don't see it as that. They really will wait till a relationship get toxic and they move on, and years later they realize, I shouldn't have pushed a relationship with this person. You know, it really takes a later on for them to see it because they thinking everything's cool.
It's a lot of cell phones going off right now.
So, you know, they just looking at it like, we cool, we kick it or whatever, everything's fine, and then we're supposed to be in a relationship.
But it's some kind of rational there that it's like, whether that be, oh, you're showing me more attention than most people do, or oh, you're buying stuff for me.
Exactly.
You're making some kind of trade-off that you saw in the beginning, but you thought you would be able to handle that trade-off. You thought you would be able to put in the sacrifice to get the benefits of that trade-off until you realized you couldn't do it. And then that's when people want to cry wolf.
The matter of it is that they are getting something that they're not used to getting, and they start becoming infatuated.
But the bottom line is, even though it's something you're not used to getting, you know what you're sacrificing. You know what you're missing out.
Yeah, but they be blinded by the good time and thinking that's what they're supposed to be with, and that's the problem.
Now, I can't speak for everybody because there are always going to be extreme cases, but the second you sacrifice something and something happens that you don't like, you notice.
Facts.
You notice. And that goes back to what type of support system you have, what kind of values you place on things in the world, on whether you're going to let that snowball and continue on, or if you're going to seek somebody else's advice, or how you're going to handle the situation. But the second, regardless of what you're receiving, whether you've had it before or not, when you sacrifice something, whether that be your self-esteem, whether that be your freedom, you notice that as soon as it's gone. As soon as it's gone, you notice that. But you think, because you're thinking, oh, how bad could it get? I don't think it would get no worse than this. You calculate it out in your head and you think you can handle what can happen. But what people fail to realize, you never know what can be expected until it happens.
Right. Look at this nigga. You turned into Frankenstein.
No, I'm listening. She going. I'm letting it go.
Keep it up with that nigga.
I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm just listening. I'm like, damn, okay.
But seriously, it's like, it sounds good. Like, it goes back to what we were talking about off camera.
He's alive.
It sounds good.
He's alive.
It sounds good on paper. It sounds good on paper. It looks good on paper. But you know it's not right. And that's where it falls back to, are you going to stop it in the beginning when it doesn't feel right? Or are you going to let it continue on?
That's what I'm talking about.
Continue on until it's something you don't know how to handle.
So essentially what she's saying, when you see the white flag or whatever waving, will you still call it?
Pretty much.
Some people look past it.
A lot of people look past it.
That's what I'm saying.
And honestly, this is something that I saw in a video that I watched on YouTube yesterday. She was saying that one of the girls who I follow, she does motivational videos and stuff. She was saying, want and but don't go together. This is what I want, but that doesn't go together. And white flags in the beginning are that but. Oh, he's everything I want, but no, want and but don't go together. It should be want and how. Want and how. And when I say want and how versus want and but is something negative.
Well,
not really, because everybody's not positive. There's always going to be a but.
I'm not saying that you have to be, oh, yes, if I think happy, everything happy will happen to me. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because you have to put an action behind it that you may not want to do. That's not the whole story. What I'm saying when I say want and but don't go together is because, oh, he's doing everything I want for him, but he doesn't treat me right.
Right.
Oh, he's got all the money I could want to take care of the bills and stuff, but I can't talk to my family anymore. It shouldn't be want and but. If there is a but, you need to be reevaluating it as soon as you realize it is a but. But if it's a want and a how, oh, he treats me how I want to, he doesn't have time for me. Well, why doesn't he have time for me? How can we make time for each other?
Look at this nigga.
I'm listening, bro.
Like, seriously. So it's like he said, there are white flags that turn into red flags, that turn into black flags.
There you go.
But by the time they change color, it's too late. You're too far invested and you're too far drawn out, because a lot of people who do stuff like that, they're manipulative. They know what they're doing. The whole goal is to get you on the line, reel you in, get you somewhere where you can't really do what you need to do, get you in the shallow water away from where you're safe. It's a wrap.
Yeah, and I was looking at it like this too. Communication is a big part of that shit.
It is.
Because all that shit can be nipped in the bud a long time ago before it gets to where it needs to be. Alright. I want to move on to a lighter subject, to a lighter one, just before we come back to the serious shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll be looking at a lot of news and shit like that, right? And I seen something in the news where it said an Australian lady wins the Powerball for $107 million in Australia, right?
Strong.
And vows to not quit her healthcare job.
Strong.
She said she's going to keep working even though she won $107 million.
That's how you should do. She's thinking long term, brother.
You would do the same thing?
Hell yes, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
I wouldn't tell nobody I won this shit.
I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I don't know if I'm gonna be working my same job after winning $107 million.
Well, you have to look
That's
at it. Is that a job that you actually enjoy doing?
She probably does have a passion
Because,
for it. That's one of the
fact
jobs
that
you
she's
gotta have a
in
passion to
healthcare,
do.
that may just be something that she does. She may be passionate about helping other people, and she feels that's her calling. That's why she doesn't want to quit.
If you won $107 million with what you do right now, would you be happy?
Life insurance? It's hard to say. And the only reason why is because I feel life insurance is necessary, but at the same time, you can't force your views on somebody else. But if I win that type of money, I can start something else where if I see somebody's in need, I can donate it accordingly.
$107 million, I'm living my best life.
You ain't lying, bro.
I'm living my best life. I ain't got time to be fucking with you niggas. I'm living my best life.
I guess at soul, I'm just a giver.
Eventually you want to play Robin Hood at some point. You know what I'm saying? But $107 million, this job can kiss my ass.
I don't know,
y'all.
it's just at a certain point in life, you seek more sustenance out of the world, outside of how can I make it, how can I do this, how can I do that, and I guess I've just reached that point to where it's like, how can I give back?
$107 million, I'm not waking up X amount of time in the morning and going my ass to work and being on time. I'm gonna be like, I don't have time for this. I got $107 million, y'all kiss my ass.
Depends on what I'm doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you need something to sustain you physically, you need something to sustain your soul.
And we know money is not everything. We know it doesn't cure everything, but it damn sure is a good down payment. They say money don't buy happiness, but it's a good down ass payment.
Hey, have you heard the country song "Buy Me a Boat"?
No, I don't.
He says money is the root of all evil, but if I want a whole bunch of it, this is what I would do. I'd buy me a boat. I'd buy me a truck to pull it in.
There you go.
And he's telling you all the ways he's gonna use that evil ass money to make himself happy. Best country song I ever heard.
It's a good down payment now. I ain't gonna lie. They say more money, more problems, but I'd rather deal with rich people problems than deal with broke nigga problems. I tell you that.
There you go.
You already know. Alright, and again, I look at, at a lot of news, and this is going on to the darker side. As we revisit this topic.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, which one?
R.Kelly.
Oh, let's go.
Alright, so.
We haven't had the female perspective in a minute.
We haven't.
So,
not on this topic yet. So Sony and R.Kelly parted ways. He's no longer part of the label. We don't know the inside contract details, what if he got his masters on his publishing and all that. We know he get a lot of royalties because he wrote a lot of music for people. Michael Jackson, Maxwell. I didn't know he wrote Fortunate for Maxwell. That's my favorite Maxwell song. He wrote that. That's facts. He wrote Fortunate for Maxwell. He wrote You're Not Alone for Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? He has numerous hits that he wrote for people. So publishing alone, if he owns his publishing, he's getting a lot of royalties. You know what I'm saying? But people are arguing why are they now just parting ways when they know this motherfucker been a predator since then. Well, when we talking about business and music industry and how these white folks work, you gotta have a lot of a fire lit under your ass before you make that such move. And for years, it really hasn't been a fire lit under his ass. It's been just jokes, speculations, rumors. Then you had his case, the shit with Aaliyah, but that wasn't enough for them because he was still producing hits. You look at R.Kelly now, it's like, what have you done for me lately? You gave us.
He had a whole sex tape with a 14-year-old that he pissed on that everybody saw and everybody was like, you can't deny that's not that nigga. There were so many spoofs of that video.
But with all that being said, he gave you Chocolate Factory. He gave you TP2 on Reloaded. Reloaded. He gave us hits on top of hits on top of hits. And people, what's the bad part about it? All these artists that are now starting to take songs and collaborated with them off of these streaming sites, the damage already done. Lady Gaga took her song she had off one of them was, you knew he was peeing on little girls. You don't care. You wanted a hit by R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that collaborated with him now take our songs off. It took you for to have the fire lit under your ass to be like, oh, you don't want to fuck with it? Why weren't you saying that a long time ago when you knew this nigga was peeing on little girls?
My thing is this. Now, granted, being a female, I understand. Just because, something happens, X, Y, and Z, we're going to leave that to your imagination. Use your own rationale. Mm-hmm. And something completely horrible happens to you. It's not your fault, but you can definitely be a contributing factor for something that happens to you. Mm-hmm. There are multiple people. It is not something that is brand new. Of older guys talking to underage women, and that's something that I really want to specify whenever I hear people talk about this, because everybody's real quick to throw the word pedophile out there. There is a difference between someone who is attracted to someone who looks like a 5-year-old child, 6-year-old child, and somebody who, if they didn't tell you how old they were, you wouldn't be able to tell how old they are. Yeah, but there is a difference between somebody who is attracted to someone who is like, okay, visually, everything, you are a child, and someone who is underage. So we really need to differentiate between pedophilia and underage.
Well, the proof is in the pudding this nigga like young girls.
Yes, I understand. Under the age of 18. I'm just saying, that's the first thing I'm going to throw out there. Okay. We need to differentiate between pedophilia and underage. Second, anybody who is in high school, been through high school, how many people you seen driving up to the school picking up one of your friends?
Oh yeah, girls was fucking these 30-something-year-olds.
But because R. Kelly has money and he's probably doing something for you, just like NBA young girl was beating the shit out of that one girl, but she's saying that they I said NBA young boy was beating the shit out of that one girl, and she said no, we were just playing because he's buying stuff for him. His money makes you bend your morals. You got to keep that same energy. And if you want to keep that same energy, keep it all the way across the board. Let's not just look at it in the music industry. Let's look at it in the sports industry. Yeah, how many of your favorite athletes have rape allegations against them and they weren't dismissed? They were settled out of court. Settled out of court means guilty, right? We just aren't going to take it to the... We're not going to take it all the way across because we may lose less money and you're talking the right type of money, right?
We're paying you to
so settled out of court, in my eyes, is guilty.
Yeah, I view it the same way.
So, let's look at how many sports people have had sex allegations against them and they settled out of courts.
Too many.
Well, I get your point on that, but there's some motherfuckers that rather settle because they was like, I don't have time to be going through this criminal shit. I want to go on through my career. I don't want to have to keep fighting and doing that. But I do understand that if you are really innocent, I'm willing to fight for this shit. Now, people don't realize it takes a lot of money to go into that legal shit.
It does.
So it's like, I'd rather give you this money and you leave me the fuck alone. More so than me going through all this shit.
Does.
And then it paints a negative image. Just because, because you could be a guy that's totally innocent. We look at Chris Brown right now. We don't know if he's innocent. We don't know if he's guilty. But everything looked like this girl's lying so far. They haven't charged him or nothing. And it's funny that we talk about a see something, say something thing. Because somebody need to see something and say something about the shit that's going on in Florida, man. I read the news, man. Florida be having all this shit. Charlamagne said the craziest people came from New York and Florida. But if you read the news, you be embarrassed to be from Florida.
But you know that they used to have an article on Action News 47 called Weird Florida. It was a whole tab. It was a whole tab of off the wall shit that happened in Florida, and it was a whole section called Weird Florida. It's not on the app anymore, but it may still be on their website. But the whole section was full, and it never got empty. they were able to keep it stocked with new stuff every day called Weird Florida.
Dog, that Florida shit. All right, peep this. Like, I read the news every day, and everything I read happens in Florida. Let me just give you a timeline or just a recap of everything that's been going on in Florida within the last weeks. Now, there was a dude that robbed. Well, he didn't even rob. He just went to a bank in Sebring, Florida, killed 5 women. The SWAT team had to come in and get him. I don't know how this motherfucker lived. It was a white guy, of course. I don't know how he lived.
That's how he lived.
I don't know how he lived. It would have been a black dude that went in there, killed 5 women. The SWAT team would come in and killed his ass. He would have made it out alive. Or they at least would have beat him the fuck up. He left untouched. And he just wanted to kill some motherfuckers. He didn't even want to rob the bank. He didn't ask him for no money. He just went in there and just held hostages. Was like, I just want to kill 5 women. You know what I'm saying? That was in Florida, right? And then we have what was the other big thing that happened in Florida?
The alligator.
The dude that raped the alligator. I don't know.
It was either an alligator or a crocodile.
I don't know the date of it, but he broke into an alligator farm or some shit like that?
No, he worked at the zoo and was trying to rape either an alligator or a crocodile.
So he was at the zoo and tried to rape an alligator or a crocodile or whatever, and he ended up getting killed.
Yes.
Right here in Florida.
Damn.
All right. Then, that's not even all of it. All right. Then, we have he was a politician. I don't know what his actual role was, but he just had to resign because he got caught in blackface.
Yeah, a video came up from a couple of years ago.
Right here in Florida. I don't remember his name. You're going to have to Google it.
But like the whole, you remember the old episodes of Tom and Jerry when his name used to be Jasper?
Ooh.
He was dressed like that type of blackface.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ooh.
He was dressed like that type of black lady, blackface with the fake boobs in and the scarf and all that.
This dude, man. Right here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if this was in Florida. He was in something.
I think
he had something. He was a politician or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was in Florida, but this is a crazy story. And I would like to say this was in Florida. Please don't quote me on this. But Charlamagne gave him donkey of the day. There was this white dude that said he got into an argument, a dispute. I don't know if it was a neighbor or somebody or whatever. And he told him, "I'm gonna kill you with kindness." And you know, you get into an argument. Somebody say with that, well, kill me with kindness, whatever, right? This nigga came back with a machete with the name engraved kindness on it and cut inches into the dude's hand. No. He literally had a machete named kindness, and when he said, "I'm gonna kill you with kindness," he was talking about his machete.
You know what?
That's creative.
I might sound like a serial killer, but that's dope.
He said, "I'm gonna kill you with kindness," and came back with a machete named kindness.
You with it.
That's dope.
Man, Florida be having some shit, man. If you read the news and you look at what's going on in Florida, it be some bullshit, man. I'll be embarrassed to say I'm from here. Every time we vote, Florida always questioning the recount. Roy is the last to get votes in. Florida can't get it right, man.
I think the weirdest story I've ever heard from Florida, though, was during the hurricanes. I think it was Maria that passed through. Maria is the one that cut through Puerto Rico and mid-Florida, right?
I think so.
Now, bear with me. I'm just trying to tell the story. Somewhere in mid-Florida, it was a gay love triangle. These 2 gay dudes.
Speak up to the mic.
It was 2 gay dudes. One of them found out his partner was messing with somebody else, so he invited the 3rd gay dude over for a threesome. They got into an argument about him having an affair with the 3rd person. The couple decided to kill him and put him in a closet.
Wow.
During the hurricane, and they found him because the house got flooded or something during the hurricane, and rescue had to come, and then they found a man's body in the closet.
Florida, right here in Florida. Let me tell you another one. Right here in Jacksonville. This just happened last week, right? There was a woman who performed sexual acts with a man in the car at a Shell gas station for $5 and some Pringles. After he was serviced.
It's not funny.
He wanted his $5 back. She didn't give him the $5 back. He shot her in the shoulder and drove off. We was going about that.
It's not funny.
No, it's not funny, but it is funny.
The reason why it's crazy is because it's like people talk shit about, oh, memes. Why do y'all watch memes? Oh, why do y'all play video games? And y'all are literally living out video games and memes now.
Yes.
That sounds like some shit off of fucking Grand Theft Auto. How you fuck the hookers and then when they get out the car, you shoot them and you take your money back.
I do Grand Theft Auto all the time. I loved it.
All the time.
Grand Theft Auto, that is.
Like, for real, all the time.
But let me play devil's advocate. How trash your head gotta be if he asks for his $5 back?
How broke you gotta be to pay for $5 head and some chips and then shoot somebody to get? You got the money for a pistol and a bullet, but you can't get head for free.
Hold
and you need your $5 back?
Hey man, I know why she needed her $5. You know what $5 can get you?
I'm talking about
get
him.
Get your 4 for 4 at Wendy's.
I'm talking about him. Dog, you got a whole pistol, a whole car, and a whole bullet. Nigga, you need your $5 that bad?
You paying $5 for head, bro. Like, you shouldn't be paying for head in the first place. Granted, but $5, my nigga.
$5 head.
But you searching for $5 that bad that you shot her in the shoulder for? Now you want it. Now you want it over $5 head and some Pringles. First of all, I wonder what flavor of Pringles she asked for.
Oh, this nigga, man.
Hey, you think it was the cheddar ones? Those the best ones, nigga.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
But how trash your head gotta be if he asked for his $5 back?
I don't think it had anything to do with how bad it was. I think you already knew you was gonna take that shit back.
He was hurting for the $5? He was
yes.
like, man, I can afford to give these $5.
The fact that you thought $5 hit, $5 car head. How did that even sound like a good idea?
Right here in Florida. Jacksonville.
But how did that sound like a good idea, dog?
So if you read the news, man, it be some fucked up stuff, man.
That's what it boils down to.
In Jacksonville, all the shootings and shit going on, that's we can't avoid it. It's going on.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? That's a sad thing. There's no laughing matter when it comes to that. But when you look at the news in Jacksonville, sometimes it's in Florida, period, it's comedy sometimes. It be some fucked up stuff going on. And I'd be like, damn, compared to other places, Jacksonville really do have some fucked up news.
You remember when the one guy tried to rob the bank with a pitchfork?
Man. Woman just tried to rob the bank here in Jacksonville. It was in San Marco. I think it was at TD Bank or something like that. Or San Juan. I think it was San Juan. She handed the dude a note for a specific amount of money. She didn't get it. They got on camera, and I was ashamed because it was a black woman. She had on mask, had shades on, or whatever. And I'm like, you got a failed robbery attempt. How do you think this is gonna go for you now? They gonna find your ass. But my thing is, people in Florida.
Look, I know when I get
man.
famous, somebody gonna come back to this episode and they gonna use it against me out of context. But I'm gonna say it anyway. If you want to rob a bank, you got a better chance of playing some video games first and then trying to make y'all going.
Play the last Grand Theft Auto, man.
Shit, you can play Red Dead Redemption 2, get real old school with it. That's basic.
This motherfucker came in there and handed them a note for a certain amount of money they wanted and thought they was gonna get away. And this Florida shit's crazy, man. We gotta do better, man. You're making us look bad.
No. What down? So you think the criminals are smarter than the damn people they robbing?
Well, I mean, there's people that probably been successful at robbing banks, but come on, man.
I'm thinking
they got way more sophisticated now, man.
I'm thinking it's to a point where people are just so desperate they use it as an outcry.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think their intention is actually to be successful. I think the intention is to use it for an outcry, possibly plead insanity, and then people feel sorry for you that you're not capable and you reach that point and you got that low that they reach out and help you.
I think you're giving them too much credit. I just think we have dumb criminals.
There you go.
These motherfuckers are dumb.
I refuse to believe that people are like that.
Yes, I don't underestimate dumb niggas.
I don't underestimate it either, but I'm just saying.
People is dumb. Alright? Let's get to that. Motherfuckers is dumb.
It's just some of the
I read the news about some of the stuff that's going on. I'm be like, you dumb motherfucker.
Well, I mean, when you look at the fact that we've been shut down for 40 days almost about a fucking wall.
It was getting close to 40.
I said almost.
It didn't make it.
I said almost.
And just people think it's just permanently unshut.
No, this is temporary.
This nigga gave us 3 weeks.
Temporary.
Enough for you to get just one paycheck. And then he was like, hey, let's figure it out.
Yeah, so it's like the fact that you don't care that...
Not at all.
It's like, seriously, everybody has access to internet in the United States with the exception of very few.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a Google search of government appointed jobs and see what comes up. See how much this really affects you. Even though it's not your paycheck that's being taken from you, people have to understand it's so much that goes into that. TSA is not being paid. So you're talking about, we need to build this wall, we need to build this wall. Well, guess what? People have access from everywhere in the world right now to this country because these people ain't getting paid. They don't give a fuck.
You seen the picture of the kid that was working TSA?
I have not.
I seen it on Facebook. I don't know how real it is, but it was a kid, and he had the gloves on. He was sitting in a suit and tie or whatever. He was working TSA. I was like, damn.
But yeah,
I don't know if it was real or not, but it looked real as a motherfucker.
People are cracking jokes like only white people hold government positions. No, that's like what a lot of people don't understand is like that's actually a goal. Not saying it's a bad thing because it used to mean security. A lot of black people are trying to get government positions, government appointed jobs because that's a guaranteed income. It used to be a guaranteed income. So it's like, come on, man. And all this about a wall for one border, but now you got people flying in, coming in through the cruise ports and all this shit from everywhere else.
There's so many security risks that go into this shit now.
Exactly. So it's like all this over a wall to block one set of people that are not really a threat so everybody else can sneak all that shit in. And okay, cool.
Right, and it's already been proven fact. Because Trump, in his argument, he was like, "There's so many drugs coming through the Mexican border." It's been proven fact that there's a certain low percentage of drugs that come in through the border.
Even the Mexican president did it. He did an article. With Now This. He was like, "No, you're mad at us because your people are paying us to move the stuff for you because they don't want to get caught. We're not the originators of this. They just don't want to go get it themselves, so they pay our people to do it for them." But if you try to stop us, all they're going to do is find somebody else who has better access.
And if you read the news, they said through this partial, it's been over a month that the lockdown's happening. It's just a partial shutdown, too. This has almost costed us about the same amount as what it cost to fund that wall. That's ridiculous. And it was only about over a month. So.
Listen, man, it's sad. Hey, man, listen, I'm listening to shout out to the people out in Birmingham. We got fans out there. My brother Eric Cotton and his wife Chantel.
Yes, sir. I know Eric.
Yeah, just had a baby out there, and they've been supporting.
Congrats.
He's a correctional officer, and he's been going through it, but he's been making strides and an effort to make it to happen for his family. So I want to send out this shout out to him and the brothers like him. You know, we love y'all and we with y'all, man.
Most definitely.
We appreciate the support.
Yep. Yes, sir. From likable assholes, man. I got anything else for me?
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Because we just left off the subject. I just said I don't want to believe people are that stupid, and I'm just sitting here like, no, bitch, people are really that stupid. No, bitch, people are really that stupid with everything that I say.
Yeah, man, it happens, man. You got anything else for me, Tony?
Just to be wise, man. That's all I got to say.
Just live your best life.
Just be careful how you move out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't react, but just just be wise. You know. And
I read this, and before we get out of here, I thought this was really dope.
It just reminded me. I did just think of
something. Go ahead.
Speak your piece.
Be kind to people, because you don't know what type of stuff people are dealing with behind closed doors.
Facts.
And I feel so bad for using all these memes to like really recount life, but I saw one that said you may catch an ass whooping that's not for you by being rude to the wrong person on the wrong day.
Or treating somebody
and that's so true.
Wow.
Because you don't know what type of demons people are dealing with. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors, so be kind to each other. And then something else too, don't try to weigh your problems against other people's problems. Just because it doesn't seem as bad as what somebody else has going on, if it's something that's bad for you and you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's why other people go through the same situations, to be able to give you the guidance and help that you need.
It'll surprise you at how many people are probably going through the same situation.
But they're afraid to ask for help because when you look at it on a scale of, well, I could be going through this, I could be going through that, it's gotten to a point where they make you ashamed to even say that you're going through something because it's not absolutely apocalyptic. No, if you're going through something, reach out to somebody, ask for help. That's what people are here for.
And before I get out of here, I read this, and this girl, she posted it. I thought it was hers. I was like, where you get this from? She said it came from Chris Brown, which is funny. But I fuck with Chris Brown, by the way. But it was like the 7 cardinal rules for life. And I was like, yo, this is dope. I woke up 6 something in the morning and seen this. I was like, this is dope. And it was like, number 1, make peace with your past or it won't disturb your presence.
True.
I was like, ooh, we talking that shit.
True.
Number 2, what other people think of you is none of your business. And that's one that I live by. I don't give a fuck what people think about me, especially white folks. My job is not to make you motherfuckers feel comfortable. God damn it. All right. Number 3, Time heals everything. Give it time. All right.
Agreed.
Number four. No one is in charge of your happiness except you.
Yes.
All right. Number 5. Don't compare your life to others and don't judge them. You have no idea what the journey is all about. All right. Number 6. Stop thinking too much. It's all right not to know the answers. They'll come to you when you least expect it. All right. 7. Smile. You don't own all the problems in the world. I was like, shit, I had to screenshot that motherfucker. I might print out the picture and print out that picture and have it frame it in my living room, man. 7 cardinals of life.
Yeah.
And the last one, wherever you are there.
Yes, man.
So pretty much meaning that no matter if you are in your neighborhood or if you overseas, you as a person, you are still there. So no matter how many changes they take off you or they put on you, you are still the same person.
Hey, man, life goes on, man.
Exactly.
Life goes on. All right, man. I appreciate y'all locking in with us. It's the likable assholes, man.
Women, we have fun.
Yeah, women be likable assholes too. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Lanesha. Appreciate Tosh stopping through. We got Tony Tone here. He a regular now. He already a part of the shit. Fuck it. He been here consistent every Saturday. Goddamn it. You're a part of the family.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. You can check me out at on Instagram and Twitter at JASHAAD904.
Where they can find you at, baby girl?
Lanesha.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Lanesha, LANESHA_Leshay, LESHA.
Yes, man. And we know this nigga don't have social media
at all.
He said, check me out at nothing.
There you go.
That's what we doing. Hey, appreciate y'all locking in with us, man. Likeable assholes. Stephon was here with us this weekend. He'll be back. Oh, and he always say this. Shout out to Savageville Tees. If you don't know how to spell it, it's SAVAGEVILLETEES. Savageville Tees. Lock in with them. Hottest t-shirts in the game. Appreciate it. We out.